urbanization and with the growing demographic in Africa, the sky is the limit. Yes, the sky is the limit, right? We need more than 2 arenas on the continent. Yes, we need more work. We need more people. Yes, so my partners, Andrew, and all the people that help us work with this, Mama Kay, all your partnership, all the work with the youth, young women on the continent, is important for us. It's important for us to make them rise. Yes, it's very important. We cannot continue to preach it. And President Kagame has shown that with all the women I see, even in his cabinet. It's not all talk in Africa. We have to become doers, okay? We must be doers. The last thing I'm going to say is, I dreamt, and I always wonder, every day I go home, I'm driving home, I pinch myself. I thank God for my beautiful family, for my wife, my beautiful kids, and I pinch myself every day because they support me, they make me grow, friends you have around the world, the sports, and I pinch myself again, and I wonder, I always wonder, why did God choose me? And I know the answer. I found out the answer. He chose all of us. Yes, all of us. And we just have to find it. Yes, we have to find it. I know my obligations. I have to win. Yes, I have to win in my job. I have to win it as a husband. I have to win as a family man. I have to win as a leader. Win on the court. You win off the court. And as you do it, you bring people along, and you continue to bring them along, okay? God bless you, Rwanda, and God bless Africa. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Another round of applause for Masai Ujiri. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for your powerful words and for inspiring us. I have to say, with every session, I don't know about you all, but with every session, I get so emotional. It's amazing how much our country has achieved in such a short time, and it's amazing to see all the things that are continuing to happen. And I, as a young person, I am so proud, and I know you all feel so proud today. Still on the theme of economic development through sports and entertainment, I will now welcome some panelists for our next session. I will now welcome Claire Akamanzi from NBA Africa, who will be joined by Bruce Melody, a very own Rwandan musician. And they will also be joined by Eugene Ubarijoro from Molson Coors. Thank you so much. And like I said, we have so many exciting sessions in store for you. And so please stay excited. We're really looking forward to hearing from you all. Thank you for joining us today.
Good afternoon, everyone. Excellency First Lady, it's a pleasure to have you here. You're making this Rwanda Day very special for us. Now, talking after Masai Ujiri is a tall order. Wasn't that a very powerful and inspiring speech? My name is Eugene Ubarijoro, and I'm extremely honored to be part of this economic development panel, which is going to be focusing on sports and entertainment. I live and work in Dallas, Texas. It's always a pleasure for me to be back here in Washington, D.C., because this is where I went to school. Georgetown University is my alma mater. Let me give you a little snapshot of my professional journey. I started working in the beverage industry 34 years ago with Kurikira in Rwanda. My career has spanned 3 continents, Africa, Europe, and the Americas. And I've held increasingly senior commercial and general management positions in Rwanda, the DRC, France, La Réunion, the US, the Netherlands, and Ethiopia. Today, I'm the regional vice president for Molson Coors, responsible for the central part of the US, and I oversee a business of $1.6 billion. Now, sports has always been a strong passion point for me. In high school, I was captain of a varsity soccer team playing center midfield. While working for Kurikira, I played point guard for the company's basketball team. Nowadays, I enjoy long road cycling, and thank God for Peloton. I'm able to jump on my Peloton 3 to 4 times a week. And I also try to clock in at least one 10K run per week. When I was younger, I used to actually play basketball with Minister Viruta. And believe it or not, Minister Viruta has a very sharp jump shot. I'm married. I have 3 children. And although I've been an expatriate for the last 27 years, I do go back home almost every year with my wife who's here and my children. Going back to home for me is extremely important because that's where my roots are. Claire, Bruce, you want to introduce yourselves as well?
Muraho neza. Yoo-hoo! My name is Bruce Melody. I'm an artist, music artist. Also, I'm a co-owner of a basketball team. United Generation Basketball, cyangwa se UGB. This is a great opportunity for me as a young Rwandan who has been in Rwanda since I was born. I'm now 31 years old. Nkuko Minister bivuze kare, I'm not young anymore. Nishimiye kuba ndaha ndi no kumwe n'abantu beza nkamwe. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Your Excellency, First Lady, Honorable Ministers, and everybody. Good afternoon. So today is my 11th day as NBA Africa CEO. If you asked me 11 months ago to imagine that I would be CEO Africa and NBA Africa, I would have said you're 11 times crazy. But speaking about the power of vision, that vision that started in 2016 with the president holding his head and asking about how to build an arena, that power of vision is the reason that I'm here today as the CEO of NBA Africa. When a country invests in a very bold way, opens opportunities that you'd never have thought imagined for our country, even us, Abanyarwanda, we benefit. And that's exactly what we see today. I spent the first 19, close to 20 years of my life working for the government of Rwanda, focusing on private sector growth and economic development. And today I'm transitioning to the private sector. So thank you again, and very good to be here. And to start our conversation, Eugene, Masai talked very clearly about the power of a sports economy. He talked about the facilities and what they do to create opportunities for people. And I think in Rwanda and the rest of the world, we've seen that in a very clear way. So you please start us off. What do you see as the opportunity, where the examples we can see, and how can we drive that home even more? Thank you.
Thank you, Claire, for that question. Now, I discovered the power of sports and music with Heineken and Coca-Cola. Basically, these two multinationals have understood quite early that the best way to connect with consumers is through sponsorships of music and sports. Heineken does it with UEFA's Champions League or Primus Guma Guma. Coca-Cola does it with the World Cup. But for these sponsorship deals to be meaningful, you need to have facilities, right? Now, I want to use two very powerful examples to illustrate my point. The first one has to do with the Dallas Cowboys. Now, arguably, the Dallas Cowboys is probably one of those most valuable national football franchise in the country. Its owner, Mr. Jerry Jones, in 2009, decided to build a state-of-the-art stadium in Arlington, right outside of DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth. This stadium has a capacity of 105,000 people. It's nestled between two other stadiums, a baseball stadium and a college football stadium. Now, in 2018, some investors, a group of investors, smelled a great opportunity. They decided to basically create an entertainment venue called Texas Live. Google it. In a way, it's like Zaria Courts. So what is Texas Live? Texas Live is a unique, basically a mix of entertainment, restaurant, and accommodation, which basically combines an amazing entertainment district. In the last 5 years, this small venue has morphed into a huge entertainment district, attracting more than $1 billion in business, in additional business. Okay? So when Molson Coors partners with the Cowboys, Molson Coors is winning with consumers that goes through Texas Live, Molson Coors is winning with consumers that go to the stadium, and Molson Coors is winning with consumers that buy our product in hotels, in supermarkets, and restaurants. A second powerful example I want to use here is the Sphere in Las Vegas. Have you heard of the Sphere in Las Vegas? Now, the Sphere in Las Vegas was just basically opened in September of last year. It offers immersive experience through the use of cutting-edge technology using massive LED displays on its exterior. Now, the band U2, an Irish band, has been playing there since the month of September, and they've been selling out their shows, ever since. The Sphere is the definition of what entertainment is going to be for the next foreseeable future. The Sphere has basically redefined what entertainment standards should be. Now, as Masai mentioned, these two examples illustrate how sports arenas, entertainment stadiums can basically create an ecosystem. These two examples have basically paved the way for new businesses, new employment, new opportunities, investment opportunities, and they've shown how they can be a strong economic multiplier for the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Those are the examples I wanted to use, Claire. Now, Claire, can you tell us how the NBA can be an engine for economic transformation for Rwanda in particular and Africa in general?
Thank you, Eugene. First of all, do we have any basketball fans here? Any NBA followers? So NBA has invested in Africa. And the reason that NBA has chosen to invest in Africa is because we just cannot ignore Africa. When it comes, first of all, to the numbers, the demographics, in 25 years, 25% of the world population will be African. 1 in every 4 people in the world will be African. And while the rest of the world is aging, Africa is young. We have young people, we have youthful energy, and if any business is thinking about talent, thinking about skills, thinking about driving productivity, consumption, the consumer for the future, there's no way you can avoid Africa. And that's why the NBA chose to settle in Africa as well. But I think Masaidi talked about excellence that Africa shows on the world stage. I think that's very true. 50 players in the NBA today are from Africa, either directly from Africa or one of their parents was born in Africa. 50 players, that's 10% of NBA. In fact, the reigning MVP, the most valuable player today, is Joel Embiid from Cameroon. I think that's an example of African excellence. But we don't see African excellence only in sports. We talk about sports and entertainment. If you look at African music on the world stage today, if you look at the arenas that Burna Boy can fill in New York, in London, if you look at the collaborations, you look at Chris Brown playing with Davido, you look at our very own Bruce Melody with Shaggy on the world stage. That is African excellence. And it's not just in sports or music, but we see it in fashion. If you go to Paris or Milan, today you see African fashion. If you look at art, I was reading a New York Times article recently, and for the first time an African piece of art sold for more than $1 million was only 2004. Today, there are 11 art pieces from Africa that have sold for $1 million and more. That is Africa's excellence on the world stage. Now, it's not just $1 million, but even in our own very Rwanda, tourists come from all over the world, and they go to buy art pieces. Many of you know Inema Gallery. If you look at the art pieces that Inema Gallery is selling to tourists that come to Rwanda, an average price of $10,000 for an art piece made in Rwanda, that can only grow, the price can only grow. Compared to traditional sectors like coffee and tea and vegetables that we grow, which are very important because we need agriculture. But how many kilos do you have to sell? Do you have to sell of coffee or tea in order to make 10,000 from one art piece? This is the future of a creative economy, and I think Africa's excellence is very much clear on the world stage. And this is why within the NBA, we decided to invest in Africa. And today, if you look at what we've put in place from junior programs for the very young Africans from the age of 6 to 14, we have something called Basketball Without Borders that has drafted 10 players into the NBA. We have an NBA academy in Senegal. Now, very interesting is we have a Basketball Africa League, the only other league outside the NBA on the African continent. This year, we shall be going to our 4th season. And for the last 3 seasons, we've had the playoffs in Rwanda and the finals. But what is interesting, again, the power of vision, is that when the Basketball Africa League was going to start in 2021, it was in the middle of COVID. The only country that gave confidence that you can actually have a basketball league happening during COVID safely was Rwanda. So all the games happened in Rwanda at the time. There was an arena, there was a collaborating government, there was good management of COVID-19, and the successful launch of Basketball Africa League at the time means that today we're going to be starting the 4th season this year. Now, talking about music and talking about the Basketball Africa League, in our very first season, again, the intersection between sports and entertainment, the Basketball Africa League partnered with Bruce Melody and produced a song called Game On. Maybe we'll start by showing you a little bit before I hand over to Bruce Melody to give his comments as well. Game On.
It's my failures, but I know I'll get there, yeah. Let's say game, yeah, but I'm a different player. Swim with the sharks, but I stay underwater. It's my snare, never home. I gotta prove it, yeah. My life's a movie, yeah. They try to break me, but I'm never losing, yeah. Yeah, I'm paving my way. Problems sideways, I'm blowing now.
Well, that was a surprise. Yeah. As I said, I'm from Kigali, I'm from Rwanda. I was born and raised there, and that's where I started my career as an artist. Talking about entertainment facilities, as you mentioned, it has been very, very hard for an artist like me to perform or to organize your own event. But you remember when I launched my 10 years event, like my 10 years celebration of my career in Kigali Arena. That's when I realized like our entertainment has been doing it for a long time. And I would say that these entertainment facilities put our country on the global stage. It promotes our culture, and those who come to our country, they go back with our culture and they go back with our music. That's how we become promoted. I'll give you an example. One of the guy whose name is Steve, he's one of the member of the record label here in America, which is called Scarf Records. He heard my music when he was in Kigali, and he liked my songs. He contacted me, and now I'm working with Hollywood. Through that person, and that's where the collab with Shaggy came from. So, back in the days, I used to go, when I started to travel, trying to promote my music, I used to go outside of the country, and when I said I'm from Rwanda, people used to confuse it. They'd be like, you Rwanda, Uganda? I'll be like, no, I'm from Rwanda. But now, here we are. Last year, I came here in America. I did my tour to promote my music. And everywhere I went, they know Rwanda, and they know us very well. So it's very, very good. As I said, I was born in 92. To some, at the point, I was like, maybe I was born in the wrong timing, or what, but not really, because I'm happy that I have seen all these 30 years with my own eyes. I've seen the country growing. It was very hard for the last time, because performing in front of people like you, people used to be sad to the point that you tell them to clap and they cannot. Through the entertainment and all this, we entertain people. People are happy back at home. Have you heard about this comedy and music, basketball, football? So this, if it wasn't the entertainment facilities, this could not be happening like this. Thank you.
And maybe if I can come in there, I saw from the statistics that Francis from RDB and his colleagues shared, when you have facilities like those, it's not just about sports. I think RDB just released their statistics. They made $92 million from MICE holding events in Rwanda, of which close to 15% was sports events. But when you have an arena like that, I think what we've seen also from Rwanda is that you host sports events, yes. You host music concerts. We saw Kendrick Lamar and many others, Boys II Men, among others, come to Rwanda to participate in the arena. But we also see music, gospel music, Israel Mbonye, filling up the stadium. So from sports to traditional music, gospel, and then you see Hunger Pitch Fest, a technology event in the arena. So I think our message is, when you have facilities like that, they're multi-purpose, they're economic driver, you can make money, 15% of MICE from that, and this is what we're telling other countries as well in Africa. Don't look at it as sports only, look at it as an economic driver, and you can actually make money from running these events in your country. But it's not just the money, it's also the jobs. Come to think about what it takes to run a league, a sports league like the Basketball Africa League. How many jobs you actually create? You have players that play the game, you have coaches, you have referees, you have managers, you have medical team, you have nutritionists, you have sound engineers, you have camera people, you have lawyers because you have contracts to sign, you have marketing people. The number of jobs are just immense, and that's really the story. It's job creation, it's driving economic growth through events, among other things, but it's really a story of growth for the future of the continent.
Now, you just heard Claire and Bruce Melody highlighting the importance of facilities. Now, many people ask themselves, should we keep building these facilities in Rwanda? The answer is a resounding yes. Now, if you look at Rwanda and most African countries in general, there's a growing middle class with consumers who have evolving consumer needs and habits. The Rwandan leadership has been intentional in anticipating these trends and investing ahead of the curve. Now, facilities like the BK Arena, the conference centers, the hotels, they all create value today. They will create value in 5 years, in 10 years, even in 50 years. Now, we've been lucky. We've had a visionary leader in President Kagame, His Excellency President Kagame. He has provided us with a very clear vision, a strong, bold, and decisive leadership, which has allowed us to imagine what success can look like, how Rwanda can eventually host the world with all these facilities. Now, I want to make an ask of you, members of the diaspora. If you have a skill in sports or entertainment, come and use it in Rwanda. Now, if you believe that there are no opportunities, come and create them. Rwanda is open for business. Now, before I conclude, I want to leave you with one final thought. Rome was created around a Colosseum. And by the way, the Colosseum was a venue for sports and entertainment. Today, almost 2,000 years later, tourists are still flocking to the Colosseum. The Colosseum is still being used as a stage for small concerts. So in other words, these facilities are critical to the economic development of our country, and we should keep investing in them because they create the brand that is Rwanda. Thank you for your kind attention.
I would like to speak to young people here. When we grow up, twajyaga twumva ijambo Rwanda rw'ejo. By the time I was like, hari igihe kinini tuzaba dukura. Ariko, right now, nitwe Rwanda. Ejo harageze, ubu noneho natwe dufite ubushobozi bwo gutekereza ku Rwanda rw'ejo. Tukarwereka cyangwa se tukaruha ingero z'uko u Rwanda rukwiye kuba rumeze. Murakoze.
So if you want to play basketball and you're in this room and you're wondering how to start on the continent, there are opportunities for you in the Basketball Africa League. Through the local federations like Ferwaba, you can actually find out what you can do. We have private clubs like REG, APR, Patriots, among others. So please make sure that your talent that you have here, you share it with us at home as well. So my call to you is you can play basketball on the African continent professionally and make money while at it.
Barakoze panelists bacu, nyakubahwa First Lady, ikiganiro cyari kiryoshye. ariko nk'uko babivuga mu kinyarwanda karyoshye ntigahora mu itama. Turaza guhana none umwanya mugenzi wanjye kugira ngo twakire ibitekerezo ibibazo se kugira ngo dusoze icyiciro cya nyuma cy'ibiganiro byaberaga muri iki cyumba. Murakoze.
Thank you. So, as we said, we're going into our Q&A session. We'll begin with 2 questions. We have 2 people with burning questions already, so we'll start with them. And the first is going to go to Andre Davis, who's a former NFL player. And then we'll also get a question from Sean Mwesigwa Williams. So let's get cameras to them. I see you already standing in the back with the microphone. Go ahead.
Yes. Maraho. My name is Andre Davis. I'm a former NFL football player, played for 9 years in the NFL. Thank you. I'm a friend of Rwanda through Africa New Life, which is founded by a Rwandan, run by Rwandans. I am a board member. We feed, clothe, and educate over 11,000 kids through educational sponsorships across Rwanda. It is such a blessing to be able to give back to Rwanda because there is so much to be done, so much to be seen. It is a blessing being able to be an advocate for Rwanda and to be able to tell all those I come into contact with about the great things being done. I am also the Director of Student Athlete Support and Community Engagement at Virginia Tech, where I'm trying to get education once again involved from here in America to Rwanda as well to build partnerships there. My question, thank you. My question is, what does the process look like, one, for the NFL, who also has games in Europe, in Mexico? How do we get them in Africa? Specifically, how do we get the NFL to Rwanda, as well as collegiate athletics? There are so many different invitationals and tournaments around the world that colleges will send their athletes to. How can we present an invitational in Rwanda?
Thank you for your question. Actually, as Masai was thinking, I was thinking about some of the NFL games which are played in Europe before the NFL season starts. And I was wondering, thinking to myself, could one day Rwanda host just one preseason game in Rwanda? Maybe that's something that we could eventually think about. You know, we are here to think big, right, Claire? So maybe this is something that we should eventually explore.
I believe it's possible because the NBA has actually hosted 3 games in Africa, in South Africa, 3 times. So I believe it's possible.
All right, we can now take the next question. Okay. We can take someone from this side.
Go ahead, Sean. Go ahead.
I see a lot of hands on this side. Could someone get a microphone to them, please?
Hello, my name is Sean Mwesigwa, and I had the honor for playing for the 16U national team as the captain. And sorry. I just had to say it was a huge honor, and it really helped me, like, just learn about my culture and made a lot of new friends and lifelong relationships. And yeah, my question is, other than just playing basketball, how could the youth help, just bring up the sports industry rather than just, just playing basketball? Thank you.
Sean, I actually remember you. I think you're one example of a diaspora that came back to play professionally back home. So I believe many will be doing that as well. So in addition to playing, as I said, there's so many opportunities in terms of skills. If you're good in photography, for example, if you're a good DJ, if you're a good statistics person, if you are in construction, because we have arenas and basketball courts we're building. The basketballer, so that is the product. Playing basketball is the product, just like you have Coca-Cola. There's so much that happens. The people that are, doing the ingredients, the people that are doing the labeling, the people that are doing packaging, the people that are marketing, transportation, exactly the same for basketball. So there's so many skills in the ecosystem, and basketball, I look at it like a product. But around that product, there's so many people and skills that can actually contribute to that final product. And so your skills, if you're in digital, for example, in technology, there's so much you can do in the basketball ecosystem. So I think the call here is there is so much that any of you in your respective skills can consider being part of this ecosystem that is a sports economy. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Unfortunately, we won't be able to take any more questions, but please write your thoughts down, questions down, and we'll find a way to connect you to these people, or you can connect with them even at the end of the day. Thank you.
But maybe one last thing I'll say, if I can, is we're starting the season 4 on 9th of March. So while you're here, you can also follow the games on the continent. But you can also come to Kigali for the playoffs and finals. You can also go to Dakar. You can go to Johannesburg and Egypt, Cairo. We will be playing basketball there. And I'll leave you with a small video about season 4 basketball. Thank you.
Season 4, rocking with the best.
Welcome.
Thank you so much again to our brilliant panelists. And like you heard for yourselves, and another round of applause, please. Thank you. As you heard for yourselves, Rwanda is open for business. So if you want to invest in the Rwanda Basketball League, the sports industry, creative industry, it's open. You will have access to this, and tell them that things have changed. You can a young creative person, go for it. So thank you again, and
Murakoze Françoise, ngira ngo tumaze umwanya twicaye. Reka mbasabe muhaguruki, ariko ntabwo dusohoka hano, murambabarira. Ntabwo nzi ko nza kubikora neza nka Dr. Sabin, ariko niduhaguruka turaza kwinanura ahari turakora ku birenge, hanyuma tuze kwakira Atom. Reka mbasabe muhaguruke twinanure. Murankurikira ngira ngo murabona uko ngana, buri wese yambona ntagiye no kuri screen. Murakoze. Abantu bagize n'umwanya wo kuramukanya ni byiza. Reka musabe Atom wegere hafi, wegere kuri stage. Reka mbasabe musubire mu byicaro. Murakoze ndabashimiye.
Thank you. Hopefully you've moved your body a little bit. Get that energy flowing. You can now take your seats again. We're going to hear from our very own Rwandan musicians sharing with us some of their talent. Atom, please take the stage. We can all take our seats.
ibihe byiza kuri mwese abakurikiye televiziyo Rwanda twizeye
ruta mata kw'abashingana iyo bwacyakambaro ukomeye iyo bitaro mwiza w'i Rwanda wantwaye umutima mama abantu bita ibihame murabazi ndiruti mugeri baririmba inkubitiye muri zibikange amarere mudakanga mu kuzicyaha umunsi natanyije amahina baje birirwa bigemba uri busomandera cyane umuhozi natinje kurusoza rutabikanga mpabwa isanga agatsinda ndijyame cy'Imana cyane mama we aha ehe nerure ndirimbe musomandera ndamukunda cyane nyina w'amata amasenyeri ubuheta bwa mushingwa ngerero mbese ko mudahaguruka ngo tubyine ikinyarwanda nk'uko agira imana ese muri he nk'uko agira imana amadrapo yanyu hejuru di hano ni mu Rwanda uretse umuhetsi ukunda gutakisha warakarita warasinatiza mugambira n'umutasi muze kuntabaza museke wakareba uze gusesa nifasha bari rutera nikorerwa muza nk'umurongo yisekera n'intambara intoki zongera n'umurego ndakora nitwiza nge cyo kumukinzi mutera ubwoba cyane ntica mu kazi ese muri he ngatera pomuzisiyo hejuru wiseko nziza ni mukakabego ibikorwa by'Ubunyarwandakazi biri hano ibigikobwa rero Mon amour tu es belle comme rayon du soleil et quand je te vois pas rien ne compte pour moi Kiko ugukunda ndani ireka kwirirwa ubaza nukuri kure y'amaso si kure y'umutima aya magambo nkubwira aba mvuye mu ndiba ntukangwe no kubona utanyegereye ese wari ubizi Kiko niwe ngutekereza cyane nareba ya shusho yawe indoro mwiza w'urwa Gasabo mwiza wanjye ndakurahiye nawe ukuruta mwiza nkunda igikobwa ndakuramukize cyane kagira imana igikobwa ariko sura aho nzoba idahanda nimaze ndagukunda nawe urabizi ndabakunda cyane mama aha hanyuma se njye kwamagara coach wanjye icyogere mu nkuba cyane muraho cyane reka ngushikirize iri kondera nawe ugire ukuntu bigenza my coach
umuhungu wanjye ampaye akanya gato reka ndabasuhuza nanjye ese kucitse ngwino ndabareba nkumva ndabakunze ariko nayo indirimbo nibubaririmbire ariko ngiye kubaririmbira zimwe musanzwe mumenyereye nimufasha mukoma amashyi makeya Rwanda itajengwa na nani vijana ako mwahagurutse mukagira muhagurutse ugake Rwanda itajengwa na nani vijana wamama watajengwa na nani vijana ambasada tajengwa na nani vijana sisi wenyewe na sisi wenyewe twumva amajwi na sisi wenyewe jenga jenga taifa lako jenga jenga taifa lako mukomeze iyo morale iraryoshye cyane murakoze niba kitoko agihari hafi simbizi n'abakore mu nganzo
Rwanda ye bo je ntabwo nje kuririmba barambwiye ngo mugomba kwerekana ibyishimo nkabona kuririmba tugiye kurushanwa Rwanda oye murikiriza oye oye ibice ni bitatu abari ba mbere nibo ndi buririmbire turahera hari Rwanda ye okay bano ntabwo barimo ni hariya gusa Rwanda ye 25% twongere Rwanda ye 50 reka twumve hano Rwanda ye ntabwo akabiri ndi bubahe bano Rwanda ye so muzamure namwe mugeze hariya twagiye Rwanda ye hari akaririmbo k'urukundo one love twese tujye twese ibyishimo hari abantu bari i Kigali bashaka kureba ukuntu mumeze volume twese
Hear the children crying. One love. Hear the children crying. Saying, give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Saying, let's get together and
sing. Nimushuha ndaririmba. Inyuma.
Don't worry about a thing. 'Cause every little thing gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing. smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds, it's by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true, saying, this is my... Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry,
DJ yaduhagarikira.
Arakoze cyane Kitoko, amashyi menshi kuri Kitoko n'abandi bahanzi Masamba, Ruti ndetse na Atom. Reka dusubire mu byicaro, ariko mbafitiye inkuru.
Yeah. And our friends of Rwanda, wherever you came from, where are you? Thank you, thank you. Friends of yay. Australia, Australia. South Sudan, where are you? There you are. Thank you, thank you. Truly, you all have come from all over the world, and we're so excited to have you with us today.
Murakoze cyane. Hari abatiyumvise? Abo ni abahe?
We're the Boston people. Okay. Let's hear Washington, D.C. people. Who else? Oh, that's your Maine people. Maine, yeah. Maine, yes. We're the people who are coming from Maine. People from Missouri.
Mu mwanya dusubire mu byicaro, nababwiye ko mu mwanya tuza kwakira umushyitsi mukuru muri iki gitaramo kitagira uko gisa. Abo mbona mu gihagaze, please reka mbasabe mujye mu myanya mwicare, mu kanya tugiye kunezerwa hano. Murakoze, murakoze. Reka tubikore twihuse, turaza kugira umwanya wo kuramukanya. Reka nsabe ko abantu hirya no hino dusubira mu byicaro byacu. Murakoze, murakoze. Murakoze cyane. Ndacyabona abantu bahagaze, byaba byiza abantu basubiye mu byicaro, tukaza kwereka umushyitsi wacu mukuru ko tunezerewe. Uyu munsi nitwe twawusabye abantu bo muri Amerika na Canada. Twarawisabiye, rero reka tumukurire ubwatsi ko yaduhaye icyo umutima wacu wifuje mu mwaka mushya w'ibihumbi 2024. Mbega ubunani. Mbega ubunani. Abantu rwose mumfashe. Amajwi numva. Usubire mu byicaro.
Thank you so much. Everyone continue to take your seats. And just a quick plug. As I said earlier, we have lots and lots in store for you and a lot of entertainment. So tonight you can expect obviously dinner and networking and so on. But you'll also get some performances from our very own. We have Bruce Melody, we have the band, we have Teta Diana, DJ Toxic, all of those people, you'll be able to hear from them tonight. So stay excited.
Nokuri uyu munsi ni ibirori by'u Rwanda. Murakoze. Abantu mukomeze mujye mu myanya twihuse kandi ducunguze uburyo umwete. Yego wayizamura tuzarwubaka. Nubwo tutarwubaka twicaye ariko tube tubitekereza. Buri wese umushinga we awushyire mu mutima. Arebe nuko azawushyira mu bikorwa. Amebendera hejuru ariko. Hejuru cyane. Turirimbe. Muzarwubaka mutabivuga. Tuzarwubaka abanyarwanda. Turugire nka paradizo ku isi yose we.
Imana dusengera kumeye.
Perezida wa Repubulika, nyakubahwa Perezida wa Repubulika arahageze.
Welcome, welcome, Your Excellency. Welcome, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Rwanda.
Tugihagaze. Tugihagaze. Mureke turirimbe indirimbo y'igihugu. Tugihagaze indirimbo y'igihugu. Murakoze cyane. Ngogiduhetse gahoranisha, reka tukurate tukuvugira ibigwi, wowe utubumbiye hamwe twese abanyarwanda uko watubyaye. Berwa sugira singizwa iteka, turazi imihigo Rwanda dukunda, duhagurukiye mu bwitangira, tw'amahoro asabe mu bagutuye. Buri byose urangwe n'ishaka utera imbere, uhamye umubano n'amahanga yose, murakoze cyane, murakoze cyane. Dushobora kwicara. Murakoze. Nyakubahwa Perezida wa Repubulika y'u Rwanda na Madamu, banyacyubahiro bayobozi mu nzego nkuru z'igihugu cyacu, turabashimiye kandi tubahaye ikaze muri iki cyumba muri Rwanda Day y'uyu munsi. Nitwa Felix Masengesho, ndi intore y'isonga, ntewe ishema no kuba umusangiza w'amagambo muri iki gitaramo nyakubahwa Perezida wa Repubulika y'u Rwanda dukunda atuyoboyemo. Bene Imana, bene u Rwanda, i Washington DC twasabye nyakubahwa Perezida wa Repubulika ko yaduha ubunane akaduha Rwanda Day. Yabidukoreye, mumfashe tumushimire. Nyakubahwa Perezida wa Repubulika, imyaka 30 irashize mutubohoye mukaduha u Rwanda, igihugu cyiza. Imyaka 30 kandi irashize nyakubahwa Perezida wa Repubulika muhagaritse jenoside yakorewe abatutsi. ibi bibagira intwari mu mitima yacu, mwandikishije wino ya zahabu ubutwari buduhoramo kandi duhora tubizirikana iteka. Turabashimira nyakubahwa perezida wacu. Igihe abantu benshi babisikana baza muri iki gihugu, mwafashe icyemezo kidukiza mujya kudutabara amacuma cyane. Tuzahora tubizirikana nyakubahwa perezida wacu. Nta numwe twabona usa namwe. Amagambo yo kubasingiza ntitubona ikinyarwanda tuyavugamo. Mu ijambo rimwe mwarakoze.
Thank you. And my name is Francoise Niyigena, a young Rwandan currently living in New York City. I am so honored today to be the other MC. Your Excellency Paul Kagame, the President of the Republic of Rwanda, and the First Lady of Rwanda, Jeannette Kagame, it is truly an honor to have you here with us today. Gathered here for Rwanda Day 2024 are over 6,000 people, over 6,000 Rwandans in this room, and friends of Rwanda, some are here and others in another room, Woodrow Wilson, celebrating this day. In addition, we have millions who are joining us live on TV and the radios. People have traveled far and wide from all over the world to hear from you, to celebrate the achievements of Rwanda, to discuss the future of Rwanda and our role as young Rwandans, our role as Rwandans living abroad in moving this needle forward. Thank you for being here with us. Your Excellency, as you know, it's always a powerful and fun time when Rwandans are gathered. And these 2 days have been nothing short of that. We've heard from many distinguished speakers on the various entrepreneurial opportunities in the country, the remarkable milestones Rwanda has achieved in the last 30 years since the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. We've truly come from far and broken many ceilings thanks to your leadership. In the words of Honorable Abdallah Utumatwishima, we've truly made a name for ourselves, and we're proud of that. Today, while many in this room may not live in Rwanda, we walk shoulders high, proud to be Rwandans, proud to tell people that we're Rwandans, and proud to tell the world about our achievements and that many never thought possible. We also heard about the incredible milestones that have been made in the healthcare sector and how the sports industry, sports and entertainment industry are playing a crucial role in Rwanda's economic development. We actually heard a funny and great story about you at a basketball game, putting your head down and thinking so hard about how much it costs to build an arena in Kigali. And guess what? The arena is there now today. So thank you for scratching your head multiple times. We see the results. All these achievements are possible thanks to your visionary leadership that has created a country and a home where we know there are no limits. The young people in this room would say the bar is high and the world just ain't ready. So on behalf of the thousands of Rwandans gathered in this room and friends of Rwanda, millions online, I want to say thank you, and we can't wait to hear from you today. I'll start by welcoming the U.S. Rwanda community abroad, and then we'll go from there. So, Yehoyada Mbangukira, welcome to the stage for your remarks.
Good afternoon. Are you still okay? You should have corrected me and said, we are doing great. That's right. Thank you. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Rwanda, First Lady, Honorable Ambassadors, Honorable Ministers, it is a privilege for me to stand here and welcome you to this session. I welcomed you earlier and I told you I'll be back to do this special deed here. Welcome, welcome to this wonderful Rwanda Day. You came from far and near, and we here in Ntara ya Gatandatu, as we call it, the Rwandans in the United States of America, who are comprised of 29 associations, were able to mobilize hundreds of you here now and those that are watching online, and we welcome you to this opportunity to see and hear Rwanda at 30 and its accomplishments and the gains. And Your Excellency, much was said today, and we are expecting to hear even more inspirational words from you. But one thing that we have realized, that Rwanda at 30, Rwandans, young and old, chose and decided to band together to build a nation. And today, the many Rwandans in the United States have, and I urge them again, that let us continue to band together to build the Rwanda we choose by beginning with the communities where we live, because it matters and the homeland is looking at us to do exactly that. I'm proud to say, for the period I've been here as the leader of this Rwandan diaspora around here in the United States, we are mobilized, we are grateful, and we have chosen and will continue to choose. And soon and very soon, we spoke about last evening with a team of Rwandans who are leading out. After they've done this mobilization, they have decided to go into their communities and mobilize so that young people who are able to vote later this year, they too can choose to re-elect His Excellency when that time comes. This excitement better turn into votes, because you are about to choose a Rwanda you want, a Rwanda you choose will be dependent on you, and let's get our young people to indeed preserve their gains, because you are Rwandan. God bless you, and we welcome you here this evening. Thank you.
Perezida wa Repubulika, turabashimiye nanone. Dufite inshuti z'u Rwanda zifuje kuba ziri kumwe natwe, ariko ntibashoboye kubigeraho. Nagira ngo muri uyu mwanya twakire ubutumwa buturutse ku nshuti y'u Rwanda cyane, Pastor Rick Warren. Tugiye kubikurikira ku ikoranabuhanga, dutega amatwi twumva ubutumwa bw'inshuti yacu.
Maraho, maraho, everyone. I'm Pastor Rick Warren, author of The Purpose-Driven Life and pastor of Saddleback Church. I've had over 3,500 members of our church serving in Rwanda over the past 20-something years. I've been intimately acquainted with Rwanda, as I said, for about 2 decades. I've been in Rwanda dozens and dozens of times just a couple months ago, and count literally thousands of friends in Rwanda. I'm also a founding member of President Kagame's Presidential Advisory Committee. Today I want to speak briefly about a topic very close to my heart, encouraging young Rwandans and Rwandan expatriates living here in America to support your beloved country. First, I want to congratulate you on being here today because it says that you have a love for your home country. That is a good thing because you have every right to be proud of your country. You know, in the past 30 years, Rwanda has been the greatest success story of any nation in the 21st century. No other nation has come so far so fast. I've been privileged to witness that transformation of a society coming out of the genocide. I've been witness to a small part of the success that have happened in your country. Now, you may be wondering how you can support the continued success and growth of Rwanda while living outside the country. So it's crucial for you to recognize that no matter where you live in the world, you still have the power to contribute positively to your homeland. Let me just quickly give you 4 very practical ways. Number 1, education and sharing your skills. First thing that I urge you to do is take advantage of all the educational opportunities that are available here to you in America. Because education is a powerful tool that can be used to bring about positive change, acquiring knowledge and skills in all kinds of various fields, which you can then transfer this knowledge and skill base back to Rwanda. But also, while you're here, I want you to consider engaging in a mentorship program with the next generation in Rwanda right now. You can do this through online teaching. You can do it through organizing workshops where you can share your expertise with young Rwandans who are living in the nation right now. Education is the key to unlocking a brighter future for your nation. Second, entrepreneurship and investment. Another way you can support Rwanda from afar is by fostering entrepreneurship and investments in your home country. Now, as a Rwandan expatriate living outside of the country, you are uniquely positioned to connect both Rwandans and Americans in business ventures together. And by getting this partnership of investment in Rwanda's growing economy and supporting local entrepreneurships there, you help create jobs, you stimulate the economy and growth, and you transform individual lives. So I want to encourage you to consider establishing some partnerships or encouraging investments or passing on key contacts in key sectors such as tourism and technology and agriculture and health that can be used in your home nation. Third, let me just mention this: social initiatives and philanthropy. Please don't forget the importance of giving back to your nation and your communities in Rwanda. Through social initiatives and through philanthropic efforts, you can directly impact the lives of people who are still in need. You can support local charities from afar. You can sponsor educational programs from afar. You can contribute to healthcare and infrastructure development. You see, by leveraging your resources and networks here, you can make a meaningful and lasting difference in the lives of people, fellow Rwandans living in the nation right now. Finally, I hope you will consider what I call cultural exchanges or diaspora engagement. What I mean by that is this: your cultural heritage is a vital part of who you are as Rwandans. You may have been, like many Rwandans, born outside of the nation. But by promoting cultural exchanges and fostering engagement with Rwandans around the world, you can strengthen the ties between your homeland and the Rwandan community that lives all around the world outside of Rwanda. You can organize cultural events like this, Rwanda Day, at a local level. You can organize art exhibitions of Rwanda. You can organize festivals that showcase your rich heritage. What I'm saying is that through these activities, you can preserve your traditions, your language, your identity, also at the same time while you're exchanging ideas, promoting understanding, increasing appreciation among different communities. What I'm saying is this: you have the power to contribute to the growth and the development of your country, even when you're not living in your country, by embracing these things: education, entrepreneurship, philanthropy, cultural preservation, and advocacy for your nation. You can support Rwanda and you can help shape its future. So I want to urge you, Rwandans, young Rwandans particularly, unite your efforts and work together toward a brighter, more prosperous Rwanda for generations to come. Now you may be saying, Rick, why are you saying this? Why is this so important? Well, there are two big reasons. Number one, 2024 is symbolically a year of generational change, because the 30th commemoration of the genocide and because of the elections in July, which people will be elected at all levels of government. You see, 3/4 of Rwandans are under the age of 30. And so what I'm saying to those of you under 30, you need to step up to leadership. We need you. I believe in you. President Kagame believes in you. The leadership of Rwanda believes in you. And we need you to step up. It's time for you to start serving in some way. Second, I want to just say this personally. Rwanda is worth fighting for. You know, you're always going to have to fight for it because of Rwanda's size, because of Rwanda's history, and because of Rwanda's the inequities that are in the world. You're always going to have that fighting spirit. The spirit to fight for what is right, for justice, for freedom, for all of the things that we know are right and good. You know, my dear friend, President Paul Kagame, has modeled this spirit for 30 years. And I want you to catch his spirit, to realize that your nation is precious, it's valuable, and it's worth fighting for, to protect it from those who would destroy it and critics who would demean it. You need to step up and show your love for your nation. So thanks for listening to me. I want you to know I love you all. I love Rwanda, and may God bless all of you.
Thank you so much to our dear friend, Pastor Rick Warren.
Turn of the century have been glorious and joyful trips, and I think that Mauro said it right the other day when he talked about what was different about our relationship, or specifically about my relationship with Paul Kagame, is that we are together, we are close friends, and we have a trust. We have a trust. You can't pray with someone over a period of years, not totally trust each other. There hasn't been one meeting that we had that we didn't start praying with each other for our countries. And so it's only natural that that's what it has. So they have the close friendship. Well, as Mauro would tell you, because he's heard it so many times, that our relationship is unique because we work together, pray together, fellowship together, and talk about the precepts of Jesus together. And we love Rwanda and will always love Rwanda.
Thank you so much again to our dear friend of Rwanda. And as you all know, Rwandans do not gather and not dance. We're dancers and we love it. So next I will welcome the young diaspora members who are going to share with us a Kinyarwanda dance that they've put together.
Muraho neza, tubafitiye inkuru nziza. Twebwe bana banyu abari hano n'abari hirya no hino ku isi, tubijeje gukunda u Rwanda rwatubyaye, gukunda umuco n'ururimi rwacu, kuko umuco dusangiye uraturanga, ururimi rwacu rukaduhuza, bikaba ubusingi ubumwe bw'Abanyarwanda bose. Murakoze. Twese hamwe ndi umunyarwanda.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to our talented young diaspora dancers. Brilliant job. Another round of applause for them, please. Thank you. All right. We're nearing that moment that I know we've all been waiting for. And so I'm going to invite the ambassador of Rwanda to the U.S., Ambassador Matilde Mukantabana, who will share her remarks and invite our guest of honor.
Thank you so much, His Excellency Mr. President Kagame, Her Excellency First Lady. As you can see, we send the children to give you flowers for everyone in the room. Let me tell you, we have been doing a countdown for 4 years. This is that moment. So for me, I'm not going to take much time, but what I have to tell you is that all these people have defied the rain, they have defied the snow, they have walked, they have flown, they have driven, but us stand tall. You have given us back our dignity as a people. And when I look at the people coming from Canada, from United States, all the states of the United States, coming from Africa, coming from Europe, in the month of February, to come here in unprecedented numbers, this is not a common occurrence anywhere. So it shows exactly the type of leadership you've brought to all of us, where we have put us. You have made us, brought out stronger and better versions of ourselves as people. And for that, we'll always be thankful for what you have done for our country. You have given us hope. You have given us dignity. You have given us peace. And I don't think that any time in history, I've lived a long time. Maybe I'm among the oldest in this room. But I can tell you that I have never seen, and I studied the history, I have never seen anyone as consequential as the president of Rwanda and his leadership. So I have to say, so for me, it's a big honor and privilege to be among families and friends, because the friends have been consistent supporters as we went through. Leadership, and I want to thank our colleagues in Canada who came in large numbers to be with us here. I thank all our leadership who came from the country. So let me tell you, I can talk wherever, until we wake up, but really the moment we have all been waiting for, everybody who came here for these 2 days, they came to listen to President Kagame. It's my honor and privilege to welcome you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Where do I start from? So to our ambassador, with all the kind words and everything, let me say maybe Rwanda got the leadership Rwanda deserved. And I'm saying this to remind all of us that nothing works just because of one person or one leader, but things work because of the collective effort. So for Rwanda to deserve, as I said, the leadership they got, It's indeed because Rwanda and Rwandans together have done things that therefore they deserve to be moving in the right direction. So thank you. Now, I'm here, I've been here for the last couple of days for a number of reasons. The first was the invitation I received to come and join and be part of prayer breakfast. And I thank Grace, whom I see here in front of me in this room. Thank you for doing that. So I came. We prayed. We had breakfast. So everything went according to plan. I'm grateful. But coming here for prayer breakfast gave me a number of opportunities. One was to meet many other people here in the United States, public and private people who serve in those capacities. I also met, well, this time I'm meeting Rwandans from across the world, I should say. Meeting Rwandans in this sense, Rwanda Day is not just another addition to the program I had. It's a very important part of why I had to come here, even to answer the invitation I received for prayer breakfast. Because I normally, even for just Rwanda Day on its own, I have traveled places to meet and address a gathering like this. So all those were very important tasks for me to carry out while I was here. The other part is equally important. I want to take this moment to thank. Let me start with Rwandans who have come from all over the world and are here with us, and we are going to have a good conversation. But I want to thank the friends of Rwanda who have not, who are no longer just friends. They have become Rwandans, they've become family, if I will say. There are those who have just spoken to us. Senator Inhofe, Pastor Rick, and there are many others sitting here in this audience that I have seen and can see now, and others. they've become, for the last 30 years, some of them, in actual fact, part of who we have become and who we are. So I wanted to thank you. I won't take the risk of naming them. I don't want to leave anyone out of the list that I would wish to spare out. They are here. Anyway, that's the most important thing. And I can see them. And I can thank them when they are here. So there are things that happened during this time I've been here. There are things that didn't happen. You know, some people sometimes want to highlight what didn't happen. But I want to highlight what happened. That was very important for me and for Rwanda. Our journey has been quite long and trying, difficult. But that's the beauty of it, that we are where we are through those difficulties. We have endured, we have survived. We want to do just as much to be better human beings, to be where we want to be. Some people in other parts of the world have taken for granted. We will be there, no matter what. This is what we said from the beginning. "30 years ago, now we're covering 30 years since the worst tragedy in our country. But we believed. We wanted to live our lives, even so many lost theirs. And we promised ourselves. You know, there is I think people say that lightning does not strike twice in the same place. Doesn't strike the same place twice. Maybe. But for me, I want to be on the safe side. I would rather make sure and prepare for a situation where Rwanda, that was struck once badly in 1994, will not be struck again. I want us Rwandans not to take chances. We just have to ensure that we are not going to be struck again. And that is possible. We just have to prepare our defenses, build our capacity. You know, with the lightning, which I was giving the example of, is something, maybe in some languages they call it something else, or even in the same language, English, but I know it as a lightning conductor. You put it on a house, and when the lightning strikes, everything goes down to the earth and leaves the building and the people and things intact in the house, if it was a house. So we have to make sure that we put in place this protective mechanism. And that's going to be by every one of us being prepared and working together to ensure that that does not happen again. Earlier, the young lady mentioned something, and I quickly, to my mind, I knew where the story came from. Somebody must have let out our conversation, which was a bit private, and I know it must have come from Masai, who I'm seeing in the crowd. What he didn't tell you was that apart from scratching my head, I was busy turning my pockets and wondering where the money is going to come from. But nonetheless, even then I was convinced all that is possible. It is possible, it's going to be possible in many other cases because of what I said earlier, just working hard, preparing ourselves, learning lessons from our past and history, building on that, moving ahead into our future, which must be better than our past. And you know, human beings are capable of many things, some of them as bad as what happened 30 years ago in our country. But human beings also have the capacity to do good things. Like Rwandans have repaired what was destroyed, including our lives, and we are much better now than we were 30 years ago. We just have to keep going. I was going to say don't relax, but I want you to relax. Only that remember that while you relax, you also, parallel to that, you need to be doing the right things, the right way, and the right speed. All right? I've also heard people say, if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go and reach far, you have to go together. You know, I want us to go together, but I want us to go fast and reach far, both of them. I don't think there is any contradiction. You can go far and fast at the same time. That's what our situation compels us to do, and we must think like that. Must be able to do things and move fast, but want to go far at the same time. And we really have ourselves either to blame or to thank for succeeding. Nobody else. Don't blame. If Rwandans fail, don't start looking for excuses and say, you know, somebody somewhere, and then you start talking about colonial times, you start talking about, no. Those are over, behind us. So don't let's not use an excuse. We must, though of course in our region and we see on our continent, we still have a lot of problems to overcome, but they can be overcome. There's no question about it. And we need to keep trying to work together, base what we are doing on facts, on truth, on evidence, and measure what we are doing, where we have come from, and where we have reached. And then you try to investigate to find what is it that delayed us, what is it that failed us, and you fix it, and we have to fix that. We are capable, and please, as Rwandans, we can't afford to waste the lessons learned from our tragedy. There are so many lessons, including that sometimes in time of need, you are on your own. So you prepare for when that time comes. If you were to be left on your own, you can still do something and survive and live and make progress. But that does not preclude working together with others and learning from them and benefit from what they offer. So these are things so for Rwandans who came from different places, and friends of Rwanda whom I mentioned too. The reasons for Rwanda Day to start with is to make sure that every Rwandan who is outside of Rwanda is connected with his or her home wherever they are. You can leave Rwanda and go wherever you want to go, but Rwanda should not leave you. It stays with you. So maybe if you stayed with it in some form, it's good for all of us. It's good for Rwanda, it's good for you. And it is doable. That's why whenever I have an opportunity, we have this Rwanda Day. We have had so many here in the United States. We have had more than a dozen of them. We have had them in Canada, in Europe, in Africa itself, in Asia, but more here in the United States. And we will have more Rwandans. So we are here now 30 years after the tragedy. And I know since '94, many of you are about that age, 30 years, plus, minus, but around that. I want to ensure that we understand that our future, your future, is in your hands. The young people of our country want to be able to rely on you, to believe in you, to get a sense that you've been brought up in a manner that is going to be meaningful and to put Rwanda in a place where it deserves to be. It's upon you. Those are choices that you have to make. And I don't see why you wouldn't make those good choices that will enable it to happen as we want it. So those in business, in politics, in philanthropy, in faith organizations and different things, we welcome you. We thank you for many things you're already doing. But we have to be aware there is more to come. There is more expected from all of us. So that's the pleasure of being here and thanking you for what you're already doing and urging you to do more. Asking you to do more isn't like making you feel that what you're doing is a thankless job, but just the reality of our situation and what is expected of us. So, and I said, where do I start from? I'm now struggling to find a way of ending this one. But I want to once again thank you. I think we have another part where we're going to have a conversation, and I hope we all enjoy that part as well. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. You've seen the incredible eagerness and excitement in this room to hear from you. So I hope you're ready for 4 years full of questions, because we have plenty. We'll start our Q&A in this room, and as I mentioned earlier, we have people in this room. We also have people in the Woodrow Wilson room. And so I'm going to start with 2 people here. We had questions that were sent to us, so we'll start with those. Irakoze Zilfa and Wutera Michael, you're going to go first, and you're both in this room. So let's see you both. Make sure you go quick so that we have plenty of time for other people to ask 4 years of questions.
Thank you, Your Excellency. My name is Zilfa Irakoze. I am a PhD candidate at the Pennsylvania State University, doing a dual title in food science and international agriculture and development. Mine won't be a question, but rather a thank you note. I want to thank you for the excellent leadership system that you've put in place, a system that empowers the youth, a system that empowers a girl child. I benefited from the system when I was 18 years old, straight out of high school. You can't hear me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I was saying that I benefited from the system, the leadership. Yes. I forget, yes. Thank you. Can you hear me better? I was saying that I benefited from this leadership system that you've put in place. When I was 18 years old, I was a young graduate from high school with a dream to go abroad and help in the development of my country. I had the grades, I had the passion, and I had the dream, but I didn't have the economic funds to be able to do so. But thanks to the system you've put in place, I was granted a scholarship that was a collaboration. There was a collaboration of the Ministry of Agriculture and the Howard Buffett Foundation. Me and so many of my colleagues, thanks to that scholarship, I was able to do my undergrad at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln in agriculture. And 7 years later, I'm happy to report that I'm pursuing a PhD and a prospective a doctor in the next year. And as you always remind us, to whom much is given, much is expected. And I wanted you to know that the students that you've sent here to do the education and learn have committed to empowering the next generation of scientific researchers. We are committed to being the representative and being the symbol of the country's dream and vision, telling the stories of Rwanda, the vision of Rwanda, a vision spoken truly from a Rwandan child and not a vision that's spoken from other people, telling our stories correctly. And to conclude, as you had just mentioned and empowered us to do at the Umushyikirano 2024, you said fight for your dreams. We hear you, we see you. We are ready and we're committed to put all our energy, all the skills that we've been empowered to do into the development of our country, whether that's directly collaborating with different researchers in Rwanda, as I'm currently working on into a project of reducing aflatoxin in maize, or potentially head-spearing these different agriculture projects in the future. Thank you very much. Nakutuzawatengo, murakoze cyane.
Let's get the second question. The second question was coming from Mutera Michael.
Thank you very much. My name is Michael Butera Mugasa, and thank you very much for this opportunity, and thank you very much, President. I stand here not just presenting myself, not just on my behalf, but on behalf of very many students who have come across the United States, from Canada, and we're just here to say three things to you, Mr. President. We came to assure you that we see, listen, and understand what you've been doing and what you continue to do. Dear President, as a young person, I can't state in full measure what you've been able to do in terms of mental framework change. Rwandans have always been yearning a new framework of thinking that they hold on so strongly, that changed so much. Dear President, get it from us, I mean the youth in the room, that you've given us and continue to offer us a free yet powerful class of life. I call this class a master class. It's free. You just tune in YouTube, he's speaking, and we don't watch just words. We watch concept, philosophies, value system that's so grounded enough to keep us going, to keep us unique and strong. Dear President, as I conclude, I want to assure you that it's no longer about you. And in any way, it's never been you. The amount of time you mention people, my people, people, it just speaks all. It's a part of team, it's a system that works so hard to make sure that Rwandans, especially young Rwandans, have a systematic system of believing that things are so different and are going to be different. Dear President, you've cultivated a mindset in us, a mindset of independence, self-sufficiency, and thinking ourselves as equals, even talented, and just like everyone else in the world. We used to believe that there's a specific class of people who believes in certain way and who do things differently. You've defied that. If anything, the distance between I and anyone that I always looked up as things were impossible, it has been reduced to almost, everything is possible. I myself, I was born in Tanzania, went to Rwanda when I was very young, got my first scholarship when I was in primary, second scholarship in high school, second scholarship in university, and a full scholarship in Harvard. All this has been just that, dear President, it's just an equally disputed opportunity. It's a country where you can come from anywhere, work hard, work up your way, and make yourself proud and everyone that is dependent on you. That's the system that works. Mr. President, as I conclude, I have learned so much from you, but more specifically, it's your consistency and the art of perfection. You don't want to go anything below than what should and what ought to be the right way to do. It's called legacy. Before I pass the mic to another person, I wish to say one thing. That President, this is what we deserved, as you said. It's what we deserved. It was about right time, and especially you to come and show us what we're capable, inherently in us. It's not something external, not at all. President, as youth, and I hope I captured your thoughts and I represented you very well, but personally, this is coming from my heart. I was reading from a phone, but I had hard time to craft what I should tell Mr. President. I've been extremely inspired throughout. So as I walk back to my seat, I want to tell you, President, that I assure you and promise you that as youth, we understand the assignment.
Thank you, thank you. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. I'll give Your Excellency a moment to respond, and then we'll have questions from the Woodrow Wilson Room. That is very true. No questions were asked.
My response for that is thank you.
Yes. Yes. And we do welcome questions and remarks, suggestions, but please make it quick, get to the point so that other people can have a chance to ask their questions as well. Yes, no speeches, but we appreciate you. So I'm going to take questions from the Woodrow Wilson Room. Hold on, we'll get to you. We'll get to you. Let's get some questions from the Woodrow Wilson Room, and we'll come back to this room. And please remember to make it quick.
Hello? Your Excellency, murakoze cyane. Nitwa Niyo Mugabo. Muri Washington habuze icyumba cyatwakira. Habuze icyumba twakwirwamo. Birerekana ubwuzu tubafitiye Your Excellency. Turishimye cyane. Turi mu kindi cyumba turakurikirana kandi turishimye pe cyane kubakira. Your Excellency, nagira ngo mbashimire ko kutubonera umwanya aho dutuye, aho tugenda, nta gihe abantu batatubaza ngo iwanyu nihe, tukabivuga twishimye cyane. Iwacu ni mu Rwanda. Mwaduhaye izina ryiza, izina Ubunyarwanda, ni izina ridutera ishema, turabyishimira cyane. Mu Kinyarwanda bavuga ngo urugo rw'umwana rugususurutsa utarurayemo. U Rwanda tururebera kure, imitima yacu igasusuruka kandi tutaraye mu Rwanda. Your Excellency, nagira ngo gusamba, ndabizi ko hari igitekerezo cyo kuzana Rwanda ya hano muri Amerika. Turifuza ko cyakwihutishwa. Ikindi gitekerezo, Your Excellency, twohereza umusanzu wacu tugafasha ababyeyi n'abavandimwe twasize mu gihugu, kandi turishimira cyane ko ejo hashize batubwiye imibare kandi biradutera ishema. Turashaka ko mwadufasha hakazashyirwaho ahantu ho koherereza imisanzu yacu bidaciye muri platform z'abanyamahanga. Ari amafizi baduca ni menshi, n'abayaduca bakayaduca ari Abanyarwanda, ariko yose akagera iwacu. Murakoze cyane Your Excellency.
Thank you. Let's get one more question, suggestion from the Woodrow Wilson Room as well. And please make it quick, get to the point.
Murakoze. Nitwa Adeline Murerungondo Rugandura wa Rugandura na Nakabonye, engineer in biotechnology, specialized in vaccines. I'm Rwandan by blood. Tanzanian by birth, an American guhaha, to make sure we have bread on the table. Your Excellency Paul Kagame, thank you for making our Rwandan a beautiful home for everywhere, for everyone, everywhere, and dignity, where the dignity and peace belongs. I'm proud kuba ndi Umunyarwanda. Mabibi na mabwana, asante. What a great day to be a part of Rwandan community. It feels like a home. It's a great opportunity to be a part of this event where I can see my sisters, my brothers, my parents in one setting. Murakoze cyane. Nyakubahwa guhora mutuzirikana mukatu 15th mu Rwanda, please muzareke tumushyigikire akomeza tuyobore neza. Murakoze.
Your Excellency, would you like to respond to that? Okay. Please make sure you ask questions and get to the point. And one back there. Please make it quick. As you can see, there's lots of hands in here and hands I don't see in the other room, so.
Thank you. Mr. President, my name is Lawrence Norris. I'm here in the United States, and I'm with a project called the African Synchrotron Light Source. And I'm here with my good friend, Romain Morenzi, who you certainly know. My question is, what percentage of GDP does the government of Rwanda spend on science and technology, and what is the right balance between your domestic government expenditure and foreign assistance for science and technology?
Thank you so much, and thank you for getting right to the point. Okay, let's get a question from the two ladies back there.
Mwiriwe, murakoze. Hello? Sorry. Turi impanga mutubabarire nicyo tuma twasabye ngo tuvugire icyarimwe. Murakoze President, reka mbanze mahere kuri 2013 muri Toronto mwaradusuye muri Canada. Sinzi uko mutwibuka ariko twari impanga twaharagurutse turabyina kugeza muduhaye ijambo. Cyo gihe muri duhaye naravuze nti mutubabarire turi very persistent ariko haturi kuri mission. Iyo mission twashakaga ikibanza mu muri kiduhe twubakira abaturage, twubaka amashuri, twubaka amazu. Muri 2013 icyo gihe mwaravuze ngo ariko biroroshye ngo vugana hano na RDB bazakibaha icyo kibanza. Mwarakiduhaye. Icyo kibanza mwakiduhaye Bugesera, duhamagara mama ngo turagowe ngo ubusa ahantu hadakira imihanda, hatagira amazi na electricity zagira gute. Kandi twarakomwe n'abazungu benshi dukorana muri Canada. Baravuga ngo mama aravuga ngo mudasenga musenga Imana ifite plan. Tugiye twumva ngo niho airport zizaza n'ibindi byose tutimana irashimwe. So, reka ngere kuri point. Since we talked to you in 2013, we have raised over $1 million Canadian. Twarahubatse, haruzuye, hari amazu, abaturage, amashuri y'abana, turabagaburira. N'abaminisitiri baza kudusura. Duherukanye na Minisitiri Sumutakiriyo aravuga ngo iyi modo mufite niyo y'igihugu dukeneye kugenderaho. So then ndagira ngo mbashimire mwaduhaye ikibanza kandi je nabutoye ni philanthropy only to volunteers. Je ndi umwarimu w'impumyi nkora Braille. I produce Braille for living with the government of Canada. Uyakora na Immigration Canada. Ariko kubera ko twavuze ngo tuzahahe neza ariko dufashe abiwacu tuve muri low income kuri middle class. Dore Mr. President Kagame nukuri na print in the 2050 vision ndayifite hano ndayisoma every word, and that's what I want to do. muzaze kudusura ariko utwara nkubita we. Sorry, bukuru andusha iminota 3 niwe ajya avuga. Ariko reka mvuge ijambo rimwe. Banyarwanda bacu n'inshuti z'abanyarwanda ibyo dukora twohereza ibihumbi 200 by'amadolari ku mwaka bituva muri twebwe n'inshuti zo muri Canada on a volunteer basis. So let me challenge you, nkuko President Kagame abikora on behalf of a government, reka tubikore as a community. Government hikore yonyine. Oh yeah. Murakoze, we love you so much.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Your Excellency, there was one question that was asked about how much of the Rwandan GDP is spent on science and technology. Would you like to respond to that? I'll also remind people. Go ahead.
I will be brief. First of all, to raise that point, behind it there is the importance of science and technology and how people should focus on it. But there is also a reality when it comes to Rwanda. Even the overall national budget is not big because of the size of the country and the economy. So I will not give a specific number, but I answer it in a way that it gives a picture of what it is. One, we focus on science and technology. We know it is important, it's a priority, and from the beginning we've done that. And we do it through education. And education is a sector that comes at the top as a priority, where we put a big chunk of national budget. It's education, it's health, it's infrastructure, understandably, and agriculture, and many things. So as part of education, where science and technology falls, and that sector helps to highlight the importance of science and technology, takes close to 15%, which is very huge. A big chunk of the budget for education is about 15%. So within that, there is another big chunk, therefore, of science and technology, among many other things within just one single sector.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. We do have 2 more questions in this room. The people should already have mics.
Mwakoze nyakubahwa Perezida kuba muduha no mwanya, finally mbonye microphone, ndumva bishimishije. Ni mazina yanjye nitwa Kwizera Landry, ndi Perezida w'Abanyarwanda batuye muri Maine, aho bari bakoma amashyi. Mu by'ukuri nta kibazo mfite, ahubwo ni ukubashimira uburyo mukomeza guha agaciro diaspora igihe cyose tubakeneye mu kwa mutubonera umwanya, mukanatwibutsa ko dufite uruhare mu kugira ngo tugire iterambere mu gihugu cyacu, kandi turabizeza ko tutazabatenguha. By'umwihariko abanyarwanda batuye muri Maine, tubifatanyijemo na ambasade, twemeye ko tugiye gukorana n'akarere ka Gisagara kugira ngo tugafashe kuzamura imibereho myiza y'abaturage muri gahunda yashyizweho na leta y'inka ku muryango, ndetse tunazamure n'umubare w'abantu bazabona mituweli. ni mu rwego kugira ngo nubwo tuza tukahahira hano tutayibagirwa abacu basigaye inyuma. Ikindi ndagira ngo mbashimire kandi nibutse abari hano bose yuko imyaka 30 ishize nyuma gato ya jenoside habarwaga imfubyi zigera ku 400 zashizwe inyuma na jenoside, harimo n'abari babuze ababyeyi kubera babuze ababyeyi baguye kwitabaro kujya bahagaruke jenoside. Izo mfubyi zose zari zifite ibikomere ku mubiri ndetse no ku mutima, ariko kubera ubuyobozi bwawe hagiyeho programme nyinshi zibafasha kugira ngo bige. Ubu benshi bamwe baratanga uruhare rwabo kugira ngo igihugu gitere imbere kandi benshi bari hano.
Thank you. Please wrap up.
Mu magambo makeya hari observation ashaka gutanga. Hari uwavuze ikibanza twabonye ko mu Rwanda ari ikibazo cy'indwara zo mu mutwe cyangwa se mental health problems. By profession, I'm a psychiatric nurse, and I'm a survivor of the Tutsi genocide, and I have seen how this is affecting the whole nation in general. And I would like to emphasize that the government could put more efforts into helping those who are suffering, because as now we have moved from the stage where we're suffering, now we have stability, those problems that are coming on the surface. And we are seeing this in our own families. Muri make rero hari uwavuze ko batanze ikibanza, dufite initiative n'abandi banyarwanda bakeya, turashaka kubaka ibitaro bivura abanyarwanda ariko cyane cyane tugafokasinga kuri mental health. Twasabye ikibanza, twe twarakiguze, ubu ngubu turagifite, ariko turagira ngo tumaze iminsi dukorana na ministeri, turagira ngo tubasabe hamwe n'abandi batekereza nkanjye, ese ubishoboye akagura ikibanza ahantu runaka. Initiative ya government yo yabiye kugira ngo noneho tube benshi, kubera ko needs zirahari, tuzibona mu bice byinshi bitandukanye. Ugaruka mu Rwanda suye ibitaro bitandukanye, nagiye mu Cyizere ngera kuri Solid Minds, ariko haracyari icyuho kandi naganiriye n'ababishinzwe, harimo Dr. Darius ushinzwe sector ya mental health muri ministeri ya Minisante. Tubona yuko aba investors iyo area barayibagiwe, kandi ejo twize yuko entrepreneurs, they see answers out of problems. When you see an issue, that's when you find the solution. Ikibazo rero kirahari, najya mbikangura abantu bose, ariko twumve n'icyo namwe mwadufashamo kugira ngo abafite ubwo bushake turusheho gutera imbere cyangwa mu iterambere ry'igihugu. Murakoze.
Thank you. Thank you. Your Excellency, we can take one more question if your time allows. Okay. So we'll take one more question in this room. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. Okay. Okay, we'll take a question from this side.
Check, check. Hello, hello. Oh, wow. Okay. Your Excellency, I'd like to start and be like everybody else. Instead of a question, it's a vote of thanks. Erega, oya, munyumve banyarwanda. Nyakubahwa Perezida wa Repubulika, ibibazo byinshi mwarabikoze ku buryo ubu ngubu igisigaye ni ugutanga amashimwe. My name is Yana Ruheta and I'm a final year biochemistry student. I had the privilege to sit on the healthcare panel today, and to make us understand how revolutionary the healthcare system in Rwanda has been. Like this? Gurcha? Okay, perfect. I really want to highlight how revolutionary the healthcare system in Rwanda has been. In 1994, how much do you think was the Rwandan life expectancy? According to the World Bank in 1994, the life expectancy of Rwandans at birth was 44.6 years. Now, in 2022, the same study was done again, and guess where Rwandans are now? In 2022, life expectancy in Rwanda at birth is 66.5 years. This means that in only 2 decades, Rwanda was able to expand its people's life expectancy by 20 years, something that has rarely been seen in the world. So, Rwanda Rwiza, Rwanda Dukunda. Healthcare in Rwanda holds no bounds and has boundless opportunities.
Please make sure
so,
get to the point.
Yes, I'm getting to the point. I'm getting to the point.
Yes, please.
Abana bawe bo mu mahanga. Yes, abana bawe bo mu mahanga. Dukora tukwibuka. Dukora turanzwe n'indangagaciro waduhaye kandi gira icyizere abana bawe tuzagaruka gukomeza kukubaka no kuguteza imbere. Thank you.
Thank you so much. His Excellency has been very generous. We're going to take 3 more questions. We'll take 1 question from right here, and we'll get 2 questions from right there. And 1 more from here. That will be all. So let's give a mic. The 3 people standing right here at the front, and 1 person right here. Okay. Please get a mic to...
Thank you. Your Excellency, Mr. President, and everyone here. I'm Michael Luongo. I'm a PhD student and also an instructor at Purdue University School of Hospitality and Tourism Management. And if things fall into place, I'll teach for a little while at UTB in Kigali. My question, and I'll just get right to it, is where does tourism fit into Rwanda's future? It's how I know and how I was invited here. The embassy had invited me to this event, Charles and Vital, because I will be maybe teaching education about tourism there. The sports talk hinted at tourism, but can you tell me more details about where tourism and inviting foreigners to experience Rwanda fits into the future of Rwanda? Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'll also remind people that we do have other leaders in the room. We have the Minister of Justice, Minister of Finance, Minister of State of Health, Minister of Youth and Arts, the Minister of State of Education, and others that you heard from earlier. So we can also direct questions to those people. Okay, let's hear from the 2 people right there. 1 more here, and that will be all for today.
President Kagame, my name is Adam DePico. I'm from Columbia University, SIPA, and I have the privilege here today in working on a project with the RSSSB. And my question to you is touching upon how to build a strong private sector in Rwanda as you look towards the next 30 years of economic growth and development. How can Rwanda position itself in the region, and what can Rwanda do to attract private sector growth and encourage foreign investment? And which international continental partners that you haven't partnered with thus far would be fitting partners to bring Rwanda forward in the next 30 years? Thank you, President.
Thank you so much, and thank you for getting straight to the point. 1 more question there, and 1 question right here. Please give the lady a mic right there.
da Repubulika papa w'Abanyarwanda uri hano kuko nasenze Imana kugira ngo nkubone nasabye ijuru ngo rizakumpa ariko ndakubonye Imana ishimwe papa wanjye nkuko uhaguruka ngo u Rwanda ntirukababare ukanga kwikiremwa muntu cyababazwa nanjye mpagurutse kubw'agahinda k'umwana wanjye kandi nziko urwanira ukuri kandi urwanira gutsinda nagize akarengane ndi umunyarwandakazi nitwa Waje Amahoro Nadine nagiye kubyara mfite randevu yo kubagwa kuko umwana akurikirana ari narabazwe ibitaro bimbwira ko birambagasambiliza mu gitondo banyambika sonde bigera saa 8 bataraza kumbaga umwana akazaga kubita umutwe kuri sonde ndatabaza kubera hari umuganga umwe barambwira ngo baraje saa 11 basanga umwana yarangije gusufurira mu matako bakuruza vantuze bivira mu mwana wanjye kubora ubwonko na ibitaro bya Faisal biranzi Dr David niho mukurikiranye ku bwo nkambwira ko umwana wanjye atazarenza ukwezi ariho, ariko Imana iramurinze bagiye kuzuza imyaka 5. Imana yampaye umugisha wo kugera muri iki gihugu. Ubuzima bwari bukomeye nza hano nkuko mu buzima bukomeye najyaga Faisal, ariko naremeye nza mu mujyi uhenze kugira ngo nkurikirane ubuzima bw'umwana wanjye. Muvuriza ku bitaro bikomeye bya Children National Washington, nabo bambwiye ko ubwonko bwe bwaboze kuva ku munsi wa mbere avuka kugeza ku mezi 7. Ntabwo yicara, ntavuga, ntareba, nta muvoma n'imwe. Nagiye kurega mu rukiko rwa Gasabo, urubanza barurya mbireba kandi ibimenyetso bigaragara, bagahakana ko batishije sonde, kandi sonde bayambika ugiye kubagwa. Nyakubahwa narajuriye nubwo ndaha, ariko ubushobozi bwanjye ntabwo bwabinyemereraga. Uvuga rimwe bigatungana, kandi ikibazo winjiye muragikemura. Nshaka ko ukuri kugaragara. Byanteye igikomere cyo kumva ko mu bushobozi buke mfite ngomba gufasha abana babana n'ubumuga nk'ubu ngubu. Mu karere ka Gicumbi mfite abana bagera kuri 12 mfasha mu mafaranga make nshobora kubona. Nkibuka ko kurya umusokoro hari icyo wabafasha nkabohereza mu mushahara wose nabona, kugira ngo babone pampa. Abana babana n'ubumuga ababyeyi tubatwara hahamutse, nta kiza tubona mu maso yacu. Harimo abo bita ba mama debile. Numva hakenewe uburenganzira n'ubundi bufasha bushoboka, ku buryo niyo umwana wanjye yarenganurwa ntabwo nzabikora njyenyine. Numva nakora ikigo cyitwa Rogani gifasha abo bana babana n'ubumuga. Nyakubahwa Perezida, murakoze. Ikibazo cyanjye cyari icyo, nkuko uhaguruka urengera u Rwanda ukaba waje gushaka abanyarwanda bawe hano, nanjye mpagurukiye umwana wanjye. Murakoze, Imana ibahe umugisha.
Thank you so much, and we'll take our last question from right here. Let's get the mic right here at the front.
Mr. President, we Washingtonians want to welcome you back to America. It's great to have you here. And my question is about bilateral relations between the United States and Rwanda. And would you please tell us here in the audience, we Americans and also all the Rwandans here, both from your country and also from the diaspora, what can you tell us about the positive relations in the last few years between Rwanda and the United States? Give us some examples of those positive aspects and how you see that relationship going forward. And also, we would be so interested in any communications that you can talk about, that you've had good communications with our President Joe Biden and those good relations. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Your Excellency, if it is okay with you, we didn't give a chance to the people in the other room to ask a question, so if it is okay with you, I'll give them an opportunity. Thank you so much, sir. Okay. We will take one question from the Woodrow Wilson room. I know we have so many questions in here. Your Excellency, as you can see, 4 years of questions, so we need to have you here more often. Let's take one question from the Woodrow Wilson room, and we'll give His Excellency a chance to respond to these questions.
Mr. President, good afternoon, Midway. My name is Jonathan Weaver. I'm the president of the Pan-African Collective. Its objective is to strengthen relationships between the United States and the people of Africa, specifically in Rwanda. We're working with an organization there in Rwanda to involve ourselves in partnership to help early childhood development centers, but also economic empowerment in terms of the donation of cows and goats to vulnerable families. And we've done that now for a number of years. I would like to know, what is your vision with respect to non-governmental organizations such as ours going forward? What would be the priorities for us? Because we want to know exactly what the needs are specifically in Rwanda and how we can best partner with you and the people of Rwanda.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency.
Last question. One last question.
Your Excellency, I'll give you an opportunity to respond to the questions that were asked.
To begin with, talk about tourism. I'll answer it in a few words. I think just to say tourism is important to us, very critical part of our economy. We want to promote it. We do everything possible for that. So the answer is it's important. I think that summarizes everything. Then the same thing about the private sector. And I'm being very brief on this type of questions just because I know there have been discussions going on since yesterday and this morning, and they are going into these details. I think that is what the purpose was. So for me to go back and go through what was discussed yesterday, probably it is not the best use of our time. So the private sector also is very important, and we do everything we can to highlight that importance. And again, private sector is key, and we have to do what we can to highlight it. Bilateral relations between the US and Rwanda, probably the most difficult to answer. I'm still learning diplomacy. That's why I'm struggling to find. But let me describe it like this. Our relationship is good. So that says everything. The same thing with now for US, Rwanda, Africa, the question to do with the NGOs, our policy is to allow any organization, any institution that wants to work in Rwanda with government or private sector to be able to do so. We just insist on making sure that there is good coordination, so that people don't come and do anything, anyhow, whatever they want, and irrespective of government policy or the needs of people. So to be able to be more productive in what you are doing, we insist on coordination, simple coordination. That therefore builds on accountability. You must be accountable to the country's system and what you are doing. So NGOs are welcome, but there is a certain discipline that is expected for all of us. Government has to have clear expectations and policies, and to be able to work with other entities that also respond in the same way. I think that's all I can say.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, and thank you for taking your time to be with us today. It truly has been an honor. Okay. So we've come to the end of this function. Thank you for being here with us. Remember that there's a lot of entertainment. There's a dinner that is coming up today. There's lots of opportunities to network. There's a career corner back there with lots of companies who've come from Rwanda for young people, young talent that are looking to go back home to intern or get jobs. There's opportunities to connect with people. So make sure you check those out. Thank you so much again, Your Excellency, for being with us today. Okay, we can have young people dance again. Why not? His Excellency would like the young people to dance again. Please, come on. In the meantime, we can have some music from our very own DJ Toxic.
Amahanga y'ahandi ngo bagira ngo ni beza baraduhiga ubukungu bakaduhiga ubuhanga bakaduhiga ubutwari kuko twazabajya yeye twaza mwakwirwa hepfo twaza twambaye mwakwirwa hepfo twaza twagize none twaza abakobwa bahari none twaza bagira ngo ni beza twaza twambaye inyonga twambaye ingwe n'imondo ese twambaye inkima mu nda segungoma yayiheye
ngira ngo nyakubahwa perezida wa repubulika yadutumiye ku meza iryo tangazo ryatanzwe, ariko nanone hari serivisi ziri hanze twakomeza abazikeneye bakazihabwa. Dusogongejwe rero umuganura buriya mu kwezi kwa kabiri niko bigenda, uwo bawitwa umurorano, muryoherwe.